Hi, this is Sylvia McCrory here with Christian Parenting today, and I have another wonderful book to share with you. The title of this book is Raising Grateful Kids in an Entitled World by Kristin Welch, and this is a wonderful book. I use it in my parenting class. It is one family's journey as they are working to transform their children from the feeling of entitlement, or as they begin to see their children feeling entitled, to becoming grateful. So let's get started, and I will be sharing some passages with you, but before we do, there is just a verse or a couple of verses from the Bible I would like to share with you, and that is Philippians 2, verses 3 and 4. Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. I thought that went great with our um, with our class today, or with our book today. So let me share some passages with you that I have selected. And here is one that I think many of us can identify with. When my child texts me from school a few minutes later asking if the book had arrived, I cringed as I typed no. A split second later, the response came, "Can you get another copy today? I need it, please." I replied, "Lack of planning on your part doesn't make it an emergency on my part." These are the moments that are hard for us as parents. At that moment, I was walking into a meeting, and later that evening, I would be attending the small group Terrell leads. There was no way I could make it to the closest bookstore in time. I encouraged my child to talk with the teacher and deal with the consequences of getting behind on the project. Plus, I knew this was an important lesson to learn. I wanted to fix this problem. I didn't want my child to fail, but in my heart, I knew that I would be encouraging this pattern to continue if I rushed to make everything okay, so I didn't. I was relieved when my child called around and was able to find a friend with an extra copy. We both knew it was a stroke of luck, but watching my child develop problem-solving skills was rewarding, and a valuable lesson was learned in the process. I think that we all have found ourselves in that situation where we want to help our children and it's hard not to, but the lessons that they learn are much more valuable than us stepping in and taking care of a situation for them. And then here's another passage I'm going to share. The point is, we cannot give our kids stuff just because their friends have it, and we cannot give in to giving our kids stuff because our friends are giving it to their kids. It's a dangerous cycle that is hard to break. We cannot make our parenting choices based on what others are doing. We have to purpose our lives with intention, or we will end up being just like everyone else, caught in a trap in our culture that demands we fit in. And the Bible tells us that as Christians, we are not of this world. And for many of us, we have a hard time accepting that. We want to do everything that the world is doing. And we were never intended to do that. God never had that in mind for us. So here is another passage. When we have everything, we are thankful for nothing. When we have nothing, we are thankful for everything. And isn't that the truth? Um, it seems like that in many years in the past, people that had very little, they were thankful for the things that they had, but the people that in today's society do not know how to be thankful for what they have. So, and then I'm just going to share just one more passage. So this is some information that Kristin Welch shares about her family and her family becoming volunteers and working um, through volunteer work for needy, for less fortunate people. So let me just read you this little passage here. Here's what my kids learned. Number one, you don't think about yourself when you're busy thinking about others. Number two, you are thankful for things you take for granted. Hello, a floor. Number 3, you feel good about yourself. Number 4, you want to keep doing it. Serving is contagious. Number 5, you can have fun in the midst of hard work. And number 6, you understand that whatever you do for others matters. So this is her journey as she's taking her family to do for others and to learn from being servants and helping others. I hope you will pick up this book and read it. And what I have read is just tidbits of the advice, the information that she's given as she takes her children on this journey, and the importance and lessons that we could all learn as our children realize that working and helping others is much more important than just being self-centered. Have a great day. This is Sylvia McCrory. Bye.